I would encourage everyone to take the right steps to secure their financial future so that they can pursue what's important to them.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Curt Stowers. Previously, episode number 62 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. Only 3 years, 7 days, 8 hours, 45 minutes ago.
Don't be shy about reaching out to other individuals. The more a person has to offer, the more willing they are normally to interact with you. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So reach out to people, learn from others.
Luckily, I got to meet Curt a second time, face to face. 1 year, 11 months, 6 days from that time. Curt, how are you doing, my friend? What's new in your world?
I'm doing very well, Angel. Things are going well personally, professionally, spiritually. Cannot complain. Very, very pleased with the way things are going on.
Well, my friend, I can say that you are a real person. I saw you.
That's right. We had a chance to connect here a little bit less than a year ago when you were on your grand adventure across the states, and had a chance to spend an evening here and meet you and Amanda. Had a chance to sit down with Sonya and I, and we had a nice dinner and had a chance to talk and spend the evening together. It was very, very pleasant.
Sonya is amazing. You did definitely marry up, I must say.
Well, we won't talk about me marrying up unless we talk about you marrying up as well. So we'll stay off that subject lest one of us end up in trouble.
I appreciate that tremendously. Now, do tell us. Let's start off professionally, as you spoke about, with F5.
Right. Yeah, things have been going really well over the last year. I've actually added 2 full-time staff members. Have a totally virtual team. I've got an ops manager, Allison, out in Tucson, Arizona, and I've got another advisor, Josh Duncan, down in the Atlanta area. So we are now 3 as opposed to 1, and we have grown significantly. Very, very, very blessed to have things go well, and a couple of really, really strong team members that have made us a lot better and allowed us to take care of even more families. So super, super happy to have those 2 on board and part of the team.
Congratulations. Now open up for our amazing audience exactly what you're doing at F5. Please, fee only financial advisor Curt Stowers.
Sure. We have a tagline which we like to talk about helping people achieve financial freedom so they can pursue personal significance. And what we do is a lot of folks are just uncomfortable with the concept of finances. And what we try and do is take that burden of finances off of their shoulders, work with them to help them understand that finances are a resource that's going to help them in all the other areas of their life, hence the personal significance. So we try and teach folks that the 5 F's, we talk about them, faith, family, friends, fitness, and finance all come together, with finance just being one F that's kind of the underpinning, but it's a tool that's used to accomplish the other 4 F's. So what we do with families is we try and help them through a whole comprehensive process, starting with goals and then walking them through cash flow, insurance planning, tax planning, estate planning, education planning, philanthropic giving, and then helping them with their investments. So we try and be their resource for all matters financial, but it turns out we end up being a resource on those other 4 F's as well. And it's something that we really feel strongly is a very valuable service to provide to families. And Josh and I spend a lot of time with the families. We've got closing in on 70 families we're taking care of. So we're really excited.
Congratulations. Wow, that is so amazing. When you look back over the last couple of years, let's call it 3 years, and to think of the values you've set, the foundation you've decided you want to grow on, which is your personal experience, do you have any regrets?
No, I can't say when it comes to business that I have any regrets. Just continues to grow, and the goal here is not certainly there's a financial motivation. We all need financial resources to live a life, but that's not the primary motivation. The real motivation is to provide a great workplace for multiple people, and then hopefully influence hundreds, if not thousands, of families. So started off with the goal of maybe doing this by myself and doing 30 or 40 families, but I quickly realized that I'm wired to keep striving for more. So the expansion is nothing I regret and something I look forward to doing more and more. And again, Allison and Josh have been a great addition, and they subscribe to the same values. It's a really nice dynamic we've got.
You can definitely hear that from your experiences, your real life experiences, that you are very versed on this particular topic. Have you gained any education in this particular area?
Well, sure. As far as I would say that I think we might have spoken this a little bit in our first conversation. My focus has always been on numbers. I'm the math and science whiz, engineering background. So I was always focused on the financial aspect of life and focused on making a good living, providing the financial wherewithal for my family, and really, really almost single-threaded on that. And I didn't focus on those other four F's nearly to the degree that I should have. So over time, that turned out to be detrimental to a lot of relationships. And that was one of the reasons why a few years ago, when I was looking around on what to do with the next stage of my life, I really thought that this would be something I could enjoy and take the lessons I'd learned about what to do wrong and hopefully help people avoid some of those same mistakes. So definitely a school of hard knocks lesson here on the other four F's.
It's amazing to hear truth repeated, my friend. We've taken up this opportunity to re-interview individuals that were on the podcast previously, and it's really fascinating. It's hard to recite things and come across so truthfully. How have you seen that particular value in life right now help you and where you are today? Truth.
Truth? Well, it's kind of a two-edged sword. I know that seems a little scary for somebody to say truth is a two-edged sword, but truth from the standpoint of always speaking the truth and facing the truth is definitely something that has been instrumental in all I do and very, very helpful. It makes things quite easy from the standpoint of never having to remember who I told when or why, because just stick with the facts and data, and it makes everything relatively easy again to remember. I'd say the negative side of that is I've had to learn the skill of tact and the discipline of biting my tongue a little bit. There's ways to speak the truth in a more loving manner, and so that's the dual-edged side of truth. And that you definitely want to speak the truth at all points in time, but have to make sure that when you do so in a loving manner and don't end up damaging relationships more than you help by sharing what you perceive the reality to be.
Where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you, Curt?
Probably the best place to connect with me is through our website, www.f as in Frank, the number 5, F as in Frank, P as in Paul.com. Go to the website down in the bottom right corner. We've got a scheduling widget, and you can drop us a note there, or you can grab some time on my calendar, Josh's calendar. We used it's called OneHub for scheduling. It ties right into our calendar, so anybody wants to connect, they can jump out there and find some time on our calendars, and happy to set up a meeting. We use technology a lot, so you can make a phone call, or we actually book Zoom video calls directly from that link. Or if you're in the southwest part of the Chicago Metroplex, you can schedule a meeting and we can meet in person down the Naperville office where I spent quite some time.
That's wonderful. Curt, I want to take the time now to say thank you, to say it audibly, to say thank you for all that you've done. Specifically, first of all, by being true to your own unique real self, specifically to being true to your passion, specifically for seeking after the F5s, faith, family, finance, friends, and fitness. It's really intriguing to have the opportunity to hear these conversations, to come back and hear you say that you are doing what you set out to do. More so, to see the real living example. You kept us in your home for a night, and we appreciate that. From the Joneses to the Stowers, both you and Sonya, and the cats, of course.
Yeah.
But my friend, thank you so much. In closing, Curt Stowers, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Geez Louise, I hadn't anticipated that question. I guess I just go back to what our tagline is: freedom and significance. As far as I would encourage everyone to take the right steps to secure their financial future, so that they can pursue what's important to them. Significance being having the impact on others' lives. So I think it's something that all of us could do well to recognize and focus on making that impact on others. Very much like you are, Mr. Jones, with these conversations, sharing stories from around the world and making an impact on others' lives. So I guess that's where I leave it.
Love it, Curt Stowers. Again, a pleasure I treasure. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.